Hello, dear students. I miss you all. There's a question that I always get from my students, which is, how do you study vocabulary? Vocabulary is really hard, especially on the writing section. Do I get a long list of words and just memorize 50, 60 words every single day? Is that the best way to study vocabulary? No, 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 no. That's not the best way to study vocabulary. Where should you get your words from that you're going to study? You should get them from the reading and the writing passages, the ones that you are solving now because you are getting ready for your exams that are very, very soon. And it's very important that you learn the words from the context, so you get to see the word as it's being used. For example, this is a reading passage that is scientific. As I read along, I find words that I do not understand. Buoyancy, durability, toxins, converging. So I highlight those words and I try to figure out the meaning from the context, from the surrounding words that are that you can see around the word, okay? And then once I find those words, is it enough just to highlight them? No, you have to take that word and you have to find the part of speech, the definition, and you have to put that word into a sentence. For example, for the word converging, I look it up, and you're so lucky you get to look it up just online, dictionary.com. On Google, you can just write define and then just write the word and it'll pop up right for you. And you can just see what is the part of speech. Here, converging is a verb. And then you can see its definition. Just write down its definition, meeting at a point. So converging is a verb and it means meeting at a point. Then you're going to put that word into your own sentence. For example, this sentence says, a pair of lines of longitude are parallel at the equator, but converge towards the poles. Converge means that they meet at a point, they come together at a point, okay? So I write down the word, I write down the part of speech, I write down the definition, and I write down a sentence using that word. Do not, and this is a very important tip, do not use your own native language to define the word. That's one of the worst ways to learn the meaning of a word. Always use the word, the language of the word itself. So converging is in English, only use English to learn that word. So you're going to write the word in English, the part of speech in English, the definition in English, and the sentence in English. Do not think of the word in your own language, and do not try to put down the definition of the word in your own language. That is counterproductive, okay? All right, then what else will help me to understand the word or memorize the word? If you learn roots and affixes. Every English word, or most English words, they come from Latin or Greek roots, Latin or Greek word parts, and they have affixes. Affixes are parts that come at the beginning, which are called prefixes, and suffixes, parts that come at the end. For example, a common prefix is the prefix con, which is in the word convert. So if I know that co, call, come, and con all mean with or together, so any word that I find that has this prefix, this part at the beginning, it has the meaning with or together. So the word co-author means two authors that are working together, all right? Collaborate means a lot of people that are working together, all right? So on and so forth. So you will find that most of the words that you will find within the reading passage have roots and affixes. Look up those roots and affixes and memorize them. So next time that you find a word that has the root or the prefix con, you already know that that has the meaning of with or together. Another tip that will really help you with vocabulary is to use your learning style. Everybody has a different learning style. Some people are visual. They learn better if they see what they are learning. Some people are auditory. They use their sense of hearing so that they can learn best. And some people are kinesthetic. Kinesthetic means that they learn through movement and gestures, okay? So if you're an auditory learner, you can make up a song about the word that you are learning. For example, you can say convert, and then you have like a little song or chant that will help you to remember the word. Or if you're a visual learner, you can look up the picture of the word on Google Images, and that will really help the word to stick in your mind. Or if you're a kinesthetic learner, you can make gestures, convert, okay, convert. So you know that convert means that there is some kind of meeting point, all right? What else can help you to learn vocabulary? You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. So try to use the word in your own daily life. Try to, when you're speaking with your family, with your friends, use the word that you learn. And try to practice with a friend. Try to have somebody that has the same goals as you, and you can practice together. Another thing that I really like to use is flashcards. Flashcards and games, especially on these two sites, vocabulary.com and quizlet.com. If you notice on Quizlet, you can create your own lists or your own flashcards. On vocabulary.com, you can also make up your own lists. And what's really cool about this is that they have their own definition, so you don't have to put in a definition, they'll put it for you. And on top of that, they create games for you, so you get to play with the words that you learn. So that way you will ensure that you have memorized the words. One more tip that can help you to practice the words is to constantly review using stars. And what I mean here is that this is a technique that I always use when I'm memorizing something new. I learn, for example, 5 words today. The next day, I have to review those 5 words and before I go on to any other words. And if I get them correct, I'll put a star beside them, and then I'll memorize 5 more words. And the day after, I will review those first 10 words that I memorized. And if I get them right, I'll put a star beside the word that I got correct. And then I will memorize 5 more words, and so on and so forth. By the time that you get 3 stars on 3 separate days on a word, that means you have memorized that word. You don't need to review that word again. All right? Now, this is by far the most important tip that I believe is take it easy. When you go to the gym, you do not practice for 5 hours in one day, and then you don't go to the gym for the rest of the week. You have to practice consistently. What that means is that you do a little bit every day. So you go to the gym and you practice for half an hour. The next day you go again, you practice for half an hour. The most important thing is that you are consistent. So learning words is just like building a muscle. You want to be consistent in your learning. Learn 5 words today, learn 5 more words the next day, review those words, and then learn 5 more words the day after. 5 words every single day for a week is better than memorizing 45 words in one day. They will stick better in your mind. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Leave me your comments, and I hope to see you soon.